I think we would have kids that had clear fundamental training. And you're going to have those boneheads that just don't want to listen. You're going to have that. And it's a great teaching time because when they do get hurt, that's when you're looking at them as coach down on the ground and go, what'd I tell you? What'd I tell you about putting that face up? What'd I tell you about bringing that head up? So we posed the question, should states create legislation and ban youth football? You can call in right now, 979-353-4421. Give me your thoughts. What do you think? Should states be creating legislation? Should they be getting involved in this? Is this something that is there not more important things that our state legislators need to be doing than worrying about youth football? Let's get the proper training for the youth football coaches. I mean, these guys are not professionals by all means. They're volunteers. They're volunteers. They come out here because they enjoy the game and they do their best for the kids. Let's get them the training that they need to be successful in helping these kids learn the game of football. The other question I posed it on there, and this has been blowing up my phone. And you see me, those of you on Facebook Live, or see me rub my forehead because, yeah, it has been a headache. Season 4 of Friday Night Tykes came out on Netflix, and my phone hasn't stopped since. Message after message after message after message. Just unbelievable of what's going on. And, you know, it wouldn't be so bad other than the fact that this was not this past season. This was 2 seasons ago now. We'd already gotten past this, and now it is just blown up on me again. It is just blown up once again. So the biggest one, it's episode 8. It's the episode that all of you get a chance to see. My wife and I, and of course, our other set of kids, our dogs, in the house, talking about football. But it also is the episode where a game between the Judson Junior Rockets and the Floresville Wildcats in a playoff game go on. So let me offer this here. 979-353-4421. If you've got a question about that episode, about that game, call in right now to the show and ask your question, make your statement, keep it clean. But tell me what your thoughts are, and we'll talk about this. And I'll give you my version of what happened in that game, because I'm telling you right now, those of you that did not listen or have not listened to the full play-by-play coverage of that football game, which took just a little over 2 hours, then all you're getting is 15 minutes of edited reality TV. So here's your chance right now. And if you got friends that had a whole lot to say about it, by all means, call them up right now, message them, whatever you got to do. Tell them to dial in. Tell them to jump on the Facebook Live. Tell them to come here to the broadcast and listen live. And let me know what you think. Well, you know, and I've said this plenty of times, not just here on NYSR. I've said it on Typer Radio when I'm on there on Wednesday nights. A lot of keyboard warriors love to come on and spout off all kinds of crap. And that's the bottom line. That's what it is. It's just a bunch of crap. So I'm giving you an opportunity right now to come live here on NYSR and not hide behind a bunch of a bunch of keys on a keyboard, and actually call in and debate me about this episode. I mean, please, by all means, do me the favor of coming on and asking these questions that you so badly want to ask, or making these comments and statements that you so badly want to state, and have a rebuttal to it. So, bottom line, now as I sit here waiting, and let me make sure it's up and running. Yeah, it's on. So, and ain't nobody busting down the phone to call in. 979-353-4421 is the number to call. I believe it was episode 8, Bill. I believe it was episode 8. And I know a lot of, I've gotten emails, and I've spoken to him since Netflix aired this season. And let me tell you, Chris Davis is very well aware. He's gotten plenty of messages and emails himself, as well as I have. And he's probably the most hated person in America. And we've laughed about it because they they have no clue. They have no clue. I've gotten some pretty nasty messages. And let me address that while I'm at it. Those of you that do listen or are listening, and you have gone on either my Instagram page, you've gone on my Facebook page, you've gone on my Twitter page, and made any kind of derogatory comment of any kind on any post that I have a child on celebrating their accomplishments, I will delete that message and I will delete you. Plain and simple. I will delete you. And I would ask Chris Davis to come on tonight. I had no doubt. Of course, it just now hit my mind. I could have asked him, but he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. Chris Davis does an absolutely fantastic job as the commissioner of TIFA. I've worked with him very closely for many years now. And of course, I'm sitting here and I'm still waiting. 979-353-4421. Amazing how so many people are willing to just type up this nasty message and send it to the world on social media. They're willing to type up a nasty email and send it to my email accounts. Message me on Facebook, message me on Twitter. But when I'm ready to give you the whole story, I'm ready to answer your questions on why Chris Davis is still the commissioner of TIFA. It's silence. It's crickets. So let me tell you, bottom line of that game between the Rockets and the Wildcats, what you did not see in the episode. And again, I invite you to go to Typha Radio and listen to the full game. Listen to the full broadcast. You will hear me say on a number of occasions talking about the Rocket coaches all over the football field. The junior Rocket coaches all over the referee. All up in his face, throwing their arms up. I think the term I used on a number of occasions was losing their minds. The Rocket coaches are losing their minds right now. I probably said it at least 10 times throughout the entire game. And this was nothing new. And by the way, this is nothing that I have not said to the Rocket coaches. This is nothing that I have not said to their former president now, Keith Dyson, and their former coach, Joe Heath. I've said it to several of the other coaches as well. This is not something new. The junior Rocket coaches have a habit of involving themselves in the game, costing their kids the game. It's happened a number of times, particularly in the playoffs. And I get everybody talking about how, there were such bad calls. You know what? There's bad calls in every single football game you ever watch. By all means, I dare anybody to give me a game of any level that you never had a bad call, where every single call in that football game was absolutely perfect. Nobody complained about the refs. Nobody thought they got cheated on a call or cheated out of the game. Nothing. Every single football game that I've ever seen, talked to people about, heard about, it's always been, oh, well, that was a bad call. Oh, well, that was a bad call. Well, that cost us the game. It never fails. It's the same old story each and every time. Same old story each and every time. So to sit there and say, oh, well, the referees just had bad calls, that was horrible. It was nothing new. It was nothing new. Have the Rockets been victims of bad calls by referees? Sure. Have the Floresville Wildcats been victims of bad calls? Yes. Have the San Antonio Outlaws been victims of bad calls? Yes. How about the San Antonio Colts? Yes. How about the Predators? Yes. So there is nothing new about someone claiming, oh, well, it was bad calls for the referees. It happens in every game. Then I had the conversation after the game of one of the coaches claiming how one particular referee was out to get them. That was even heard saying, if they just say one word to me, I'm throwing a flag. Well, number one, because you already came in with a reputation. Number two, and my question to them was, if you knew this, then why would you antagonize him? If you knew that this was his goal, was that the minute you said anything to him, he was going to throw a flag, why would you push that button? If you were told to stay off the line, why would you just sit there continually cross that line? Next thing you hear, well, they were able to do it. Well, that wasn't the sideline that particular referee was on. And I can tell you